All right, guys, moving on to our next bit of movie news today. Kind of loosely keeping on the heels of Black Panther, Ryan Coogler being the director of Black Panther. Ryan Coogler's other property, also starring Michael B. Jordan, was Creed. Creed 2 being taken. You can see my line of thought here. Creed 2 being taken over in the directing chair by Stephen Caple Jr. Now, Stephen Caple Jr. Has been. He hasn't been hired yet. He's currently in talks to be the next director of the Transformers movie franchise. Whether he's going to do multiple films or whether it's just going to be a one-off, that is yet to be seen. But here, as Deadline reports, if we can scroll down just a moment. Right in the beginning, following the lengthy search, Paramount Pictures and Hasbro Studios have set Stephen Caple Jr. to direct the new Transformers pick in the reinvented universe. There's a lot to unpack right there, but yeah. So I mean, oh man. So okay, let's just. I'm sorry, I keep vamping. What is it that I'm trying to say? Let's finish this article, shall we? Insiders add, while negotiations have yet to begin, another important thing to think about, he is top choice among studio execs and producers, and a deal should close in the coming weeks. After meeting with several top execs, including Paramount Motion Picture President Emma Watts, the studio saw Caple as the best fit for the franchise that the studio chose to revamp at the top of the year. So there's a few things going on here. First and foremost, if you are a fan of the Transformers universe, apologies, because they're terrible movies, except for Bumblebee. I really enjoyed Bumblebee. I thought it was great. The first Transformers movie, all the rest of them, complete garbage. In my opinion, all film is subjective. Maybe if you're watching this video and you love the Transformers franchise, good for you. I'm glad. I don't share those same sentiments. But here's the thing. So first and foremost, Paramount has decided to revamp, quote unquote, revamp their Transformers universe. What does this mean? First of all, nobody knows. Does it mean they're going to push the reset button? Does it mean they're going to jump off the heels of Bumblebee? They're going to, kind of take it in the direction that Bumblebee took? Are they just going to do something completely different? Is Beast Wars being introduced? Nobody knows right now, because we don't, this is the information that we have. We know that they're revamping. We don't exactly know what kind of revamping this is going to take. Additionally, here, let me jump back into the article for a second, because they talk about who is being tapped as a screenwriter. In the very next paragraph, in January, the studio made the decision to give the entire franchise a revamp by having two simultaneous scripts that are in active development, one by James Vanderbilt and one by Joby Harold. Harold's film eventually would be chosen as the next installment in the franchise, and once he had been given the final touches on the script at the end of the summer, the studio began talking director pitches on the film. Okay, so we know the Paramount wants to go in a completely different direction than the Transformers films. The Michael Bay Transformers films had been going. They really, really like Stephen Caple Jr. We also know that Stephen Caple Jr. wants the job. He wants to be the next Transformers director. His only real big film he has under his belt right now is Creed 2. It was okay. Not a terrible film. It wasn't as good as the first one, but, pretty solid, pretty good. The studio likes his style. They think that he's the perfect fit for this, and he wants the job. Now they just have to negotiate. That's what, in talks means. They have both come to a decision. He's the one that they want. He wants the job. Now they have to hash out the specifics of the deal. How much is he going to get paid? Residuals, blah, 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 all that stuff. Royalties, all that stuff, right? So they're working out a deal. We also know that there were two different scripts written for this new rebooted universe of Transformers. and they went with Joby Harold's script. Joby Harold, if you are not familiar, let me run through his filmography for you really quick. I had this earlier and I closed the window. Apologies. Joby Harold. There we go. Okay. So Joby Harold, it has written 2 films that have already come out so far. Awake from 2007, not a great movie. King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, starring the dude from Charlie Hunnam. Sorry, Charlie Hunnam. Not a great movie. Really not a great movie. But here's the thing. Let's look at his upcoming projects. He's currently working on Army of the Dead with Zack Snyder. He has been tapped, or rather, the studio is going with his Transformers movie. He's doing an untitled Twilight Zone project. He's working on the upcoming Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And he's doing an untitled Space Mountain project for Disney. Not to mention, he has a few other credits on here. So, I mean, things that have still yet to come out. So that says to me, he's had 2 huge flops. 2 huge flops that have already come out and are now public knowledge. But he's also been hired to work on some really big, high-profile things. Twilight Zone. Space Mountain, which, okay, arguably, who cares about Space Mountain, right? But Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's working with Zack Snyder right now on the Army of the Dead movie. And now it looks like the studio is going to go with his script for the new untitled Transformers. I'm tentatively calling it Transformers 7. Who knows what it's going to be called? Probably not 7. They're going to go in a completely other different direction. All of this is very, very interesting to me. Rolland, what does any of this mean to you? Now, again, I know that you're a TV guy. You're more into TV than you are movies. But
you gave us so much. I don't know what to respond to.
That's the thing. There's so much here. Paramount wants this guy. This guy wants the job. Is he an acclaimed director? No. He's got like 1 big credit under his name. He's done it like a whole bunch of indie films. This could be a really cool thing. There are so many unknown variables going on right now. This could be the coolest thing ever, or this could tank so hard. What are your general thoughts going on here?
Okay. I actually jotted down a few things as you were talking. So I am not a fan of the Transformers series in general. I loved the cartoon growing up, but I found the Michael Bay aspect of these movies to be a little too much Michael Bay for me.
What?
That said, yeah, I did also, yeah, and also I was always bothered from the very first movie that how detailed they made kind of the Autobots and Decepticons themselves. Like they made them too detailed. It was so far away, so far removed from how they were drawn in the cartoons that it was too much for me. But that might just be me personally, and maybe I'm getting old.
That was all of us.
All right. But I loved Bumblebee. I enjoyed that. And I thought that and I got excited when you first started this segment, when you were saying that it's going off of the new franchise or the revamp. And if they follow the Bumblebee path, I'm actually interested in that. If they go down the, what was it? Transformers Last Night?
Gross.
Final Night?
No.
Yeah. If they go down that path, then I'm not going to watch it. I saw Creed. I saw Creed 2. I enjoyed Creed 2. I don't think it was as good as Creed, but I don't think it could be as good as Creed. It's tough to take. Creed did a really great job of restarting that series. I don't see how any Creed 2 could have been as good as the initial Creed. So I don't fault him for that. I'm excited to see where this is going. I get your point about the script writer. There are a lot of pieces to making a good movie. I think if they go down the Bumblebee path with this director and a decent script, I think we might have something worth watching. I don't know if it'll be something amazing, but I also do think there's been enough Transformer films and there's enough Transformer fans that it could be garbage and people will still go see it.
I mean, I feel that is the case for a lot of franchise films. You know, could be complete garbage, but hey, it's got Star Wars on it, so I'm gonna go see it. Them's fighting words.
This is your show. Yeah, this is your show. But Star Wars is unique. Find me another series that started 40 years ago that completely changed the face of movies, that completely ushered in a brand new type of summer blockbuster that didn't exist prior to that. Although some people say Jaws started it, but find me another series that does that, and then we can talk about like using Star Wars as an example of these other franchises. Like it doesn't exist. So
I'm sorry, but Spectre was a complete
Spectre was awful.
Heaping pile of garbage.
Unless you're a huge fan of seeing James Bond walk slowly in different locations for long stretches of time, if that's your thing, you're gonna love that movie.
He was just sullen.
It was awful. Absolutely, it was awful. But you're right. I will go watch the next James Bond film.
I've been saying this.
I will.
I'm looking forward to seeing No Time to Die because I'm a James Bond fan. But based on the trailers, based on the press releases, based on the song by Billie Eilish, I am not looking forward to seeing this movie. It does not look good to me. It might be the best Bond yet. I don't think it will be. I mean, we'll just have to wait and find out, just like with Transformers. And the big question for you guys is, what are your thoughts about this new Transformers movie news with the new director, with the script writer? Do you think this is a good direction? And what direction do you think the story is going to go in? Do you think they're going to piggyback off of the success of Bumblebee and go in that direction? Or do you think it's going to be something completely new, completely different that we haven't seen before? Just push the reset button, jump on down to the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Batman from the animated series would want you to do. His name is Batman.